Okay, that's an excellent question. One day I might find out. In the UK, when you get a personal chair, you're allowed to decide on your own title for it. And for me, computational legal theory summarized pretty much what I've been doing so far. I don't think computers need a different type of legal theory, but computational thinking now permeates pretty much every aspect of our life. We use the metaphors of computation, we use the tools of computation, and I think legal theory and the law are affected of that as well. It gives us new, powerful ways to think about very old problems. And for me, the next question then becomes, if we are using these tools in something as important as the justice systems, how do we evaluate them? And that means to ask, what do we know when we know law? What is what we do as lawyers? And that is where the theory part comes in. How do we translate what we do and what we want to do with the law through computation? For me, it's really, really important that if we use computational tools in the justice system, there are lots of choices we make. There is no inevitability. Technology doesn't determine what we are doing, we determine what we do with the technology. So there is, if you like, an ontological gap between the law and the technology. And if we bridge it, if we translate from one of the other, we should be conscious of the decisions that we are making because they are normatively salient. So for me, it's really important that we are reminded of our ethical, legal responsibilities if we are using a tool as law, as a substitute or as an aid for law, but not as something that simply falls from the sky and forces us to live in these new systems. Interesting and mixed, very, very mixed. Some huge enthusiasm, some deep expertise also on the side of lawmakers, where it was a joy to work with them. Working with the House of Lords, amazingly enough, was a really positive experience. Sometimes very negative experiences, still a lack of basic understanding of the technology, a desire to rush into regulation, to follow the latest headline. So a very, very mixed picture. And I think for academics, it's always important to know which audience to talk to. Without compromising our message, without compromising the truth, we have to communicate in ways that are intelligible and make sense. And for politicians, obviously, they are responsible to their electorate, and we have to factor that in when we try to convince them what we think they should be doing. How much time do we have? Well, two things really. When I graduated, AI was a big topic. Everyone was talking about it. And then we had the second AI winter and it died very, very quickly. So my first advice would be, don't tie yourself too closely to one specific technology. Don't become the legal expert in machine learning. Don't become the legal expert in blockchain, because these technologies might not be around once you are going for tenure or for your chair. So keep an eye on the foundations. Keep an eye on the basic questions that come for every generation again, and then apply them to whatever technology comes around and keep that flexibility. That would be my first advice. The second one would be to cultivate your ability to think attentively. You need to work with experts in their field, you need to take them serious, and the skill that you as lawyer have anyway, to listen to your client, to listen to your judge, that ability I think is really, really important also in interdisciplinary work, to treat the other side with respect while maintaining your own position. Oh, it's working extremely well, I would say, and I'm really enjoying myself. I think I might have gained already 3 kilograms, which is due to Sturm und Knödel. But I think I also did quite a lot of good work with the people here. It's really exciting for me to be here. We have a long established collaboration with Graz. I was already advisor to the Human Factor and Translation Doctoral Consortium. We've worked together in Verdi. I was always really impressed about the work that's been done here, especially the quality of the young postgraduate students, doctoral students. They're exceptional. I will use huge amounts of whiskey and haggis to lure them back to Edinburgh, honestly, but also because the work that's done here is so tremendously important. We are having an AI summit in the UK. There will be one in China. Both of them narrow down the problem of AI governance to really, really specific technical issues, and that is dangerous. And the type of foundational approach that is pioneered here in Graz, the combination of humanities, law, theology, psychology, is tremendously important to steer that development in the right direction. So it's a real joy working with your colleagues here.